Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie, and today's video is one that I've been thinking about a lot in relation to just how us parents see ourselves, and whether you have typical children or autistic children, it's really easy for us to really look at ourselves and be critical about what we've done, the mistakes we've made, what we maybe have missed in the past. And I have found that a lot. Our son wasn't diagnosed until he was 7 years old. And so there was a lot of missed early intervention plans or things that we could have done that, it's really easy to focus on those things as parents. And so I really want to encourage everyone watching to sit down for a few minutes and just really think about the 5 things that you are happy about, the things that you did that you are proud of, and not so much focus on the negative and the mistakes that were made in the past. And I could tell you a bunch of them. I told you one just now, but a big one for me was not trusting my own intuition. It felt like, to suggest that I was right and all the medical field and the school system was wrong with all of their years and years of schooling, felt to me like I was, just being really full of myself to even suggest that. And yet we kept hitting the experience of, I couldn't reconcile what they were saying my son was with the child I actually had. And it took me a while to realize that just because you have lots of education doesn't mean that in the daily grind of doing this day to day, that you know exactly what you're talking about. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't respect them or treat them well, but at the same time, it's okay to veer if the logic isn't meshing. And so this video is the 5 things that I have done right with my autistic child, and I hope it inspires you to do the same as in your journey as a parent, excuse me. So again, the other thing I wanted to stress is that this is not for me to pat myself on the back. It's more of an introspection of, let's turn our thoughts to the positive stuff and not always dwell in the negative. So the first one that I would say I have done well with my autistic child is I am a person of faith. I believe in a personal relationship with Jesus, and I've seen that played out in so many areas of my life, from when I was young and lost my mom to just the journey that we've had as parents. And I'm so excited to say that asking, even down to asking for what kind of curriculum choices that I could make, and really respecting the people that came along and said, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should try this, or various other things. That was a big thing that I really felt that I'm not perfect at it by any stretch of the imagination. There's times where God has to go, Jamie, knock, 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 hello. But I am really glad that I have included him in that, because I think he's given me wisdom and guidance that, I don't necessarily think I would have had without him. So number 2, I never let go of hoping for my child, even when I was told that I was, blinded by love, or I was given that look of, she just doesn't see reality, or her expectations are so big and so high and he'll never meet them. I'm really glad that I clung to that in those moments, because it has allowed me to research and look for new opportunities for Darian. And I'm happy to say that what I have found not only made sense for our family and the way we were feeling about his autism and how he was responding, but he's also smashed what people said his, ceiling, with the place where he was never going to overcome. He's he's just smashed that already. And so I'm really happy to say that that is something that I have clung to. And I really encourage you as a parent with special needs child to really, hang on to that, encourage you to hang on to it as well, because it will help you get through some really negative moments and allow you to thrive and not just survive. So number 3, joy despite circumstances. Now this one kind of goes hand in hand with hope, but joy despite your circumstances, happiness is a choice. Joy is a choice. And you can really focus on things being negative. And I know someone personally in my life who goes, it's just who I am. And yet I see him practicing this, the glass is half empty. He never looks for the positive. And so he is very much a negative personality. And I had read once it's a practice. It's something that you can choose to do differently. So even in the moments that are awful and horrible, that doesn't mean that your day is suddenly bright and shiny and better, but it's saying, I need to find something about this situation that I can be thankful for. And I can say in moments, for instance, where I lost my mom when I had just turned 16, and it was dire, and we found out the day before she died, and there was nothing good about what was happening. It was just crazy. And yet choosing to find the thing that I could do, like help my uncle through, or speak at her funeral, because I didn't want to look back and go, okay, I wish I had done that. There's so many things that I look back on. Playroom fun. There's so many things I look back on and go, that choosing to find the joy, because I was desperate for something good to happen, and so I was going to look for it as hard as possible, meant that I made a habit of doing that. And this person who's always glass half empty kind of looks at me and goes, I wish I could see the world the way you do. And I'm just so thankful that that was something that, again, God made really real to me in those moments. So number 4, small beliefs. So small beliefs is one of those things that, again, kind of goes with the hope, but it's on a day-to-day level. So hope is one of those things where you can hope for the moon for your child. You can shoot for the moon. You can say, whatever he wants to do in life, we can start trying to achieve it. Small little beliefs are things like, my son has a very restricted diet. And every time I offer him something new, I offer it to him believing that he is capable of trying it, not offering it in such a way like, well, there you go, and you're not going to eat it, but it's all about, buddy, look, let's try this toast. Do you want to see? It's okay, it's awesome. And if he says no, then that's okay. But one day he's going to try that toast and he's going to go, oh, I like it or I don't. And it's amazing how those small beliefs turn into really big things. So one thing that has changed, he doesn't really eat different, but we still keep offering. But one thing that has changed is he is doing 100-piece puzzles completely by himself. And I never thought that that was something, that he was interested in for the first, 10 years of his life. So offering this puzzle to him and going, okay, let's do this together, and kind of showing him how, and going, okay, what's next? What do you think? Try next. And then in the last month, he has been like, I'll take this puzzle, you stay over there, and I'm going to do it myself. And it's those little joys, those little beliefs that we had in him that have turned into fruit, like doing a 100-piece puzzle by himself. And, it's, might be silly for some parents to look at that as being something I've done right with my autistic child, but I truly believe that those teeny tiny beliefs are things that will turn into fruit later, especially if you are presenting it in a way that is, this is awesome, and you're going to do a great job, and look, you did it, you completed it. So the last one is, my son is autistic, but if you've been in the autism world for any amount of time, you've heard, if you've met one child with autism, you've met one child with autism. And so that is one of those things that may or may not fit with your child. But Darian has always been somebody who loves affection and hugs and tickles and whatever. A lot of autistic children do not. But it's one thing that I've done really well, and I can't even really help it. I'm one of those mom who, not smothers them, but loves to give them physical affection. And it's something that I've done with Darian, like I said, completely naturally, but it helped me in so many ways to expand his language because we had a foundation of him enjoying tickles and whatever, and so then we could grow his language and development from there. So those are the things that I've really highlighted as things that I can look at on the really, really hard days when I don't handle something really well, or we go to the store and he has a meltdown, or just the days that are really hard. You know them, you know what they look like, and yet I'm really happy to be able to look at this list and go, it was just a day. And it was just a moment in your day, not the whole day. And to be able to look at it and go, okay, we're all a work in progress, and we're all learning how to do this. Darian is my first child. I don't have schooling in how to deal with children in general, never mind somebody who has special needs. And so I hope that this video was an encouragement to you, something that you were able to look at and go, yeah, I could stand to look at myself as a parent without that critical eye, without that eye that says I'm not doing as good as so-and-so or so-and-so, because you don't actually see all of their life either. And if anyone looks at me and goes, well, there's a paragon of virtue, or there's somebody who knows everything there is to know, I don't, but I do want to encourage all the moms watching that we can turn the channel from self-hate and critical eye on what we're capable of and what we're not capable of, and suddenly change the channel to, okay, I'm still learning how to do this. I don't know how to do it yet, but that doesn't mean I won't be able to. I hope that this has been an encouragement. Feel free to send me a comment. If you're liking this channel, help me by giving me a thumbs up. It's a free way to support my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, do so. We'd love to have you join this little tribe or group. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.